experiments and things like that. People do a lot of different experiment, empirical methods, as what we call in technology or in statistics. Empirical is about just doing things where we do not know or we cannot predict the outcome. So we go with the hypothesis. We try and go with that, set up an experiment, explore, do the work, and then see if it is coming out either supporting the hypothesis or opposing it. Then we would take a call in terms of what the hypothesis that we have proposed, is it correct or incorrect. So again, very powerful. A lot of in fact, the whole of the agile methodologies is based on the experiment. So that's the approach that they use, isn't it? That's an empirical one, because we do not know how the requirements would change in the next 5 months, 6 months, or even 1 year down. So in which case, that's the reason why we go with the aspect of experimentation. We do POCs, the proof of concept work. We try and evaluate whether it is working, the technology stack is working, our idea is working, the feature that we wanted to do, is it working or not? We go with the A/B testing. If the depending on how the adoption is, the responses, will then try and make it as a mainstay feature. And that's why with Agile, you don't have a fully final perfect product. We always start off with a beta product, isn't it? There's a beta that goes out, and then once it goes through a few iterations of improvements, and then it takes a feedback of all the users. After a few iterations and versions, then you actually say, okay, this is now no more a beta of, it is now a 1.0. And then you release another 1.5, 2.0, 3.0, blah, blah, that goes on improving. Right? So it's a continuous improvement. That's what we have learned in the Agile methodology courses, right? So that's pretty much what you need to know in terms of the different methods, the different approaches, and the techniques involved in elicitation. So it's important that we understand what each of those would really help. In fact, I would tell you, I think the next slide, not this one, but the next slide would actually tell you when to use what technique. I have created this one to your benefit, so you can actually go through that, and we'll discuss that in depth, because there are too many things out there, isn't it? There are roughly about 10 popular methods and techniques. Which one to use when?